Welcome to our Divine Origin Forum. Tonight's topic is Is this your origin? Please remain muted as we start with an opening prayer. We call the benevolent beings of light, archangels, and ascended masters to guide and inspire us during this forum. Our forum's vision is to bring the understanding, tools, discipline, and support for those seeking to enter the straight and narrow, the road less traveled, that will lead us along effectively and steadily through the ascension process. Integration of the human experience with our divine origin is moving us full circle to achieve our divine potential. So be it. We thank you for answering the call from on high to attend the forum. Please let us join our hearts and minds in preparation to receive the blessings offered. We ask you to please release your day from your mind and center yourself. Breathe in deeply and release. Breathe in deeply and release. Take one last deep breath in and release. Relax the tension in your body and your mind. Now bring your full attention to the forum. Be fully present in order to receive and fully retain the discourse gifts. John, please start our quote.
Never forget how far you have come, everything you have gotten through, all the times you have pushed on even when you felt you couldn't, all the mornings you got out of bed no matter how hard it was, all the times you wanted to give up, but you got through another day. Never forget how much strength you have learned and developed along the way.
Self-explanatory. Excellent. Thank you, John.
Okay. John, if you could start the recording and begin the video. No
Stop the recording. 18:5. Thank you. Is this your origin? Wasn't that beautiful? It was very well done, very well said. And like we've been talking about at the forum for a long time, this matrix that we're living in, it's not a punishment. You're not trapped. You didn't come here kicking and screaming. You came here because you wanted to. You wanted to finish. You wanted to return to that pristine, beautiful peace that passes understanding. Now, who are these archons they're talking about, huh? Think of it like the fallen angels, so to speak. It's the energy that is just trying to kind of mess you up. But they're serving God. God is allowing this because it serves God to give you opportunities to stand up tall and use your discernment, use your strength, learn to say no when the voice is telling you terrible things. We all have that happen to us. You wake up and you hear this voice and it's saying things. It's like, shut up. It's so annoying. And you have to really use your power. Sometimes it sees it's getting to you and it's going to really give you a run for your money. Each day, you don't have to figure this out. Each day, another chapter is unfolding or another page in a chapter. And it's all from your Akashic record and it's all replaying. And everything cycles and keeps cycling and cycling so that you can look at the different layers of your being, the places where the fear comes up, the places where the anger comes up, the places where the peace comes up. And people make the mistake when they start out and they work very hard and they all of a sudden feel so much better and they feel like, wow, I am so done. And your higher self says, we'll give the person a little vacation and then we'll start working again. And then it happens and you go, what? Well, I thought I took care of this. It's a long journey, internal, inside job. And the whole point is you can make this as prolonged as you want, or you can finish up by what? Making the decision to do it, to work, to do the inside work. Once you started and you start to feel that, wow, I'm getting some traction here, it changes your world. You start seeing people a little differently, the ones that have been provoking you. Yeah, we got those provokers, but they're really your cosmic friends. You didn't know that you could be triggered like that. You didn't know that it would hurt if such and such happened, if someone said something, if I felt less than, if it challenged me. But all this is for us because we don't know what we've got inside us that we haven't addressed yet. We don't know till it is what? Triggered. Somebody's got to trigger it. The greatest story that anyone can tell is the story of their own journey. When somebody is suffering from something that you already went through, the greatest gift that you can give them is how you crawled your way out of the darkness, how you used whatever strength that you had when things were not going well. But it was going well. That's why Jesus said, don't judge things because you don't know why it's happening. But hindsight is 2020. It's so true. You look back and you go, now I see. Now I understand. Now I'm over myself in that particular part of me. But if we don't want to face these things, if we always want to just feel good and have fun, it's going to prolong the eternal peace, the peace that is forever. That's what we're working towards, not a temporary fix, not just to feel good for a minute, but to really get down and say to yourself, you know what? I can't live like this anymore. There are things that are going to keep happening, these repeated programs, like he was saying. And it's just like a broken record and it just keeps happening. You go, what is with this? But you got to sit down, ask yourself, what is it showing me? What am I seeing around me? What is it trying to tell me about what I still have to do inside? So some people say, well, that's their problem. They're doing it, not me. But you recognized it. And if you did, it isn't by accident. It's because it's something you did in the past, something you brought with you, a pattern you didn't want to look at to save your life. And you hid it in the deep, dark bowels of your being. Really good work. Talking about me. And then one day my bowels said, Barbara, we're a little crowded down here and we got to make some room. So I said, okay, so bring it on. And sometimes I was sorry that I said that because I got it full barrel. And other times after it was all said and done, I went, you know what? It was worth every hour, every day, every tear, every screaming fit that I had all by myself because I don't feel the same way anymore. I understand the agony that people go through. I lived it. Nobody's ever come to me with something that I didn't live through. And neither will they come to you. And when you do the so-called judgment, where you say, oh, I know what's wrong with her, or I know what's wrong with him. Yeah, you just saw a part of yourself. Remember, we have a feminine and a masculine polarity. And just because the guy's doing it doesn't mean that it isn't part of our past. Because if you think you always looked like this, you got it wrong. You've played every game, you've been everywhere, you have done it all and been it all. Why do you think we're so sweet now? Because we learned it was miserable when we were going into the shadow. It really didn't serve us anymore. We stopped trying to get even with everybody, stopped trying to play our little games where we say things and dig a knife into someone because we're still holding on to some anger about them. It only hurts you. That's all it hurts is you. You see? The miracle is you because you've forgotten who you really are. And there's no limitation to what we can do once we start to realize who we really are. However, there's a path that we walk, and that path is a place where we have to look at the things that are blocking us from expressing that perfection. Because people say, well, if I'm really perfect being of light, then why is this happening? Why do I have to go through all this? Because we're not expressing it yet. We still have limitations inside us saying you can't do it, or, oh, it's too much. I just want to be at peace. I just want to rest. Well, you'll be resting a long time, but it's best to use the matrix to finish up because P.S. the matrix is dissolving pretty quick. Thank God. But for some people, they really need it still. And that's why they'll be in a frequency where they can still practice that. And it's not a wish for anybody. Believe me, I can't wait to be out of this thing. Not as many people have been aggressive as me. Others are more aggressive about wanting to empty our cup so God can fill it with the light that we truly are and not have one cell that has anything of the shadow left in us. What a blessing that we can give, only we can give ourselves, only us. You can beg God all you want. You can sit and pray from now till you're another 10 years older. God works through us, through people, you see? And it's not like Jesus is going to jump out of a cloud and come and save you and sweep you up. No, it's our job to sweep ourselves up, to sit with ourselves, even the uncomfortable thoughts and wonderings about why is this happening? Why? And instead of saying why, eventually you're going to say, I need help to understand. I need help. I want to look at this clearly. I want to dissolve it. And I know that until I get it, I'm not going to heal. I'm not going to heal. Ignoring it, definitely, I'm not going to heal. So what do? You sit with the feelings that come up. You're sitting across from somebody that you don't really know, but they're agitating you. You feel an agitation being in their presence. And when you go home, the first question you ask, or maybe on the way home, is what was it that I was feeling? And if you're impeccably honest with yourself, it will come right out of your mouth. It will. We try to be so polite. Oh, I never say I hate anybody. Are you kidding me? It's the other end of love. It's the damaged love. It's on the same line, only it's direct opposites. Yeah. So if I hate and I feel that much pain, that means my love has been wounded. And that's what I need to find out. What exactly am I feeling? And if I'm feeling hurt or angry and I start to admit it to myself, all of a sudden everything will be shown to you. Everything. It's always about feelings. Thoughts are great. You're asking the right questions, and then you got to go into how you feel. This is the key to healing. When I was younger, I didn't like to be told what to do because my father was a disciplinarian, and I got in trouble if I didn't listen and do exactly what I was told. So as a teenager, I felt sorry for anybody that tried to tell me what to do or to in any way try to make me do something that I did not want to do. And I went through a very, very angry time. And in that anger, I was miserable. I made everyone around me miserable. And it was really a very unpleasant experience. And I started to get tired of the anger. Everything triggered me, everything, because I didn't do the work that I needed to do. And then I couldn't hold back the floodgates. Have you gotten to that point where you can't hold it back? If you haven't, I suggest you allow it. Because once you do, it's like the Hoover Dam got a hole in it. Somebody made a big hole in it, and that force of water will be coming out. Well, energy will do the same thing. Soon as you give permission for all of the pain and anxiety and everything that you're holding on to and looking at in your life, and it keeps happening here and there, certain people that you really want their respect they don't they don't feel it for you, and you try so hard. People at work, you try to get through to your superiors or someone on the same level as you, and you're always feeling you have to explain yourself. This is why I do what I do. It's a journey of starting to say to yourself, you know what? I don't need to prove anything. All I need to do is see if I'm successful in what I felt was the right path. Sometimes you're going on the path and things seem to be going well, and then all of a sudden you come across a really rough experience. Why does this happen? Because you're to stop right there and give it the attention it deserves so that you can move on. People around you, the people after you've taken care of all of these feelings and judgment calls that we have about people, we start to see them differently. We start to understand their part in our life, the contract that we signed, the work that we were meant to do together. Sometimes you're going to just be so angry because they're just not going to stop being the provoker. They're just not going to stop. And it's up to us. It's up to us to do something about it, not at them. I mean, you can sit down with them and say, can we have a conversation? But in a lot of cases, if you're carrying the trigger of the whole thing in you, it's just going to really backfire because you're hoping to resolve something and forgive and get it all over with before you took care of what was inside you that even was the cause. So everything all the way to causal level needs to be addressed. And because there's so much light here and you're so aware of what you need to do, it becomes easier and easier. All you got to do is actually set the time aside to witness yourself. What are you witnessing? How you feel. Oh, I was with Billy Bob today, and let me tell you, he could trigger a dead person. He was so nasty. He said all these things. Well, guess who he is? A part of you, a part of me. There's only one person on this planet. It's you. And all you see is reflections off the mirrors of the people that you come in touch with. And I finally could admit that. It really pissed me off, let me tell you. And I'm sure it would to you too, because you don't do these things. You don't do them. But at some point we did, because it wouldn't come to us if it wasn't ours. We wouldn't recognize it. We'd think they're really nice. Someone else would say something and you'd go, I didn't have that experience with that person. Yeah, they don't have the contract with them. They don't have the karma with them. You do. Be brave, be strong, and know that you deserve to be in a place of peace. You deserve the life that you desire for yourself, but you've got to give it to you. You can't wait for someone to do it for you. There's young people saying, well, I'm going to marry a rich guy, and let me tell you, I'm going to have everything I want. But you'll drown in it. You'll drown in it. It won't give you the peace and the comfort that you think you're getting. Because if you marry for money, the joke's on you, because it's not going to be what you thought. So we can fool ourselves, or we can get ideas that are as absolutely not giving it enough thought and not realizing the consequences of our actions. And we can make some big mistakes in our life that we will have to clean up the mess. Nobody else but us. So I got lots more to say. Only have a few minutes, but the way to actually go inside and start really examining yourself. I like the way he broke it down to 5 gates. The gate of silence, which is really tough for most people. We're so busy yakking, we don't have time for silence. Then we do the dream work. I've been having dreams that I don't even know what to make of it. The landscapes, the people, the things I hear, the symbols I see, I don't understand them. Tracking lifelong dreams. So tracking what happens in your life. If like we were talking about the repeated patterns, that's what we got to be really careful with. That's the things we got to work on. The sacred, I think it's contemplation, where you're just sitting silently and feeling everything that's in you. Keep asking yourself the right questions. What's going on? Why am I like this? Why do I feel this way? And then the honest conversation with Source, your own higher self, right there, always there for you. So let's go into segment 2. We got a lot to share here. And then we'll move on. Debbie?
Thank you, Barbara. John, if you could stop the recording and play the song, please.
The song Spiritual Peace and Happiness, it was very beautiful. It felt good. It's when you take time out. Get out of the world, get out of your head, just rest. If you can do this and replenish yourself, think of the things that you did do right, the things that you love about yourself, the forgiveness that is so important in order for you to feel calm and peaceful and comfortable in your own skin. You see? That song brought that all to me as I listened to it. The voice whispering it's all in your heart. It's true. The peace is there. The peace is there. Just go digging for it in the quiet. Thank you.
Okay, John, can you please pause the recording during?
Okay. All right. Tonight's topic is this your origin? This place of peace, perfection, love, everything that is beautiful and holy. Yes, that is where you came from. And that's where you are returning. One step at a time, one moment at a time, one issue cleansing at a time. And then you reach all these levels that you haven't experienced yet and remembered. In other lifetimes, you did experience it. And that's something that we all need to know. We've been the perfect person in the world. We've been the kindest. We've been the love. We've had 40 kids. We've done everything right in other lifetimes. And then in between, we have the rough stuff where we come in and we go, you know what? I got some work to do and I'm going to do it. I made up my mind this lifetime, I'm going to do it. And it's the kind of memory that you don't want to remember. So when people say to me, how do you have this past life regression stuff with yourself and you can see other lifetimes? I say, let me tell you, sometimes I wish I hadn't seen it. Sometimes I saw lifetimes that I was like, oh my God, because you imagine that you have all this work to do that, because you saw when you weren't so sweet and wonderful and loving. But the truth is, look at yourself now. You have done the work. You see, you're not seeking to do mean and horrible things, hopefully. You've come to the point where you want to really enjoy your life and the people in your life and do the best you can to deal with the rough edges of our life. And so that's why I say to you, the most important thing is that you forgive yourself for anything, especially when you're sitting like Lauren and I with so many people day in and day out and working with them, some of them with crises that if anybody else had to face it, they would have probably passed out. And it's not been easy, but Lauren and I look at them now, all we see is love. They can say about themselves whatever they want. They can do what they want. We just want to look at the beauty, the holiness, the Christ in them, and let them do what they do. Let them be who they choose to be. You see, we're not here. We're not here to do what Jesus did. But we certainly are here to love, to love. And it has to start with you. Because if you haven't forgiven yourself for things that you did in the past, understanding that you had a contract to do exactly what you did. You think, oh, I made a bad mistake. No, you didn't. You did exactly what you came to do. You played the agitator. Ooh. You like to play the nice guy. In the movie, there's the bad cop and the good cop, right? We like to be the good cop. But we played it all so that we could understand all the aspects of what it feels like when we're the so-called victim, when we're the perpetrator, when we come through it, the understanding that we have, the compassion that we develop It couldn't happen if we didn't go through it. That's why I say to you, forgive yourself already. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. Everything happens for a reason, for the people you were with and for yourself. So with that being said, don't be going and doing bad things and saying, whoa, well, it's my contract. I'm not saying that. I'm saying be the best version of yourself. And you won't ever want to do that. You will never want to hurt another person because you know what it feels like to be hurt, don't you? I know what it feels like to be hurt and unloved and misunderstood. Janice knows it 6 ways to Sunday. You know, it's because we needed to see these dark shadows within us. We did. It was us all along. And we choose our parents. And I remember I was working with someone and she goes, I would never have chose my mother. I said, well, as a matter of fact, though, she didn't choose you, but it was the perfect match because she had the same issues as you did on the same frequencies as you did. And it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect in its just disruptive, explosive experience. And now look at you. You're still standing. You went through all this, especially us as we're getting, in that third segment of life. We've seen so much just in this lifetime and experienced so much. But it was all for you and everyone you contracted with. It is perfect in its imperfections. It's a design that who would think of this? That everything I did was going to come back to me. Okay, it used to take 10 years, and I'd say, where did that come from? I'm so nice. Why did I get hurt like that, right? But 10 years ago, somebody will remind me, you weren't so nice, little lady. You got your digs in when you had to. Listen, just keep working. Keep feeling how you feel inside all the time and look for the joy. When I talk about working on yourself, this is when it comes up for you, when it's already there. Don't be digging and looking for it. Believe me, when you're ready, it will show itself. That's the good part. And the rest of the time, you go have a good time. You have fun, clean fun, good fun. Fun that is going to be with people that you love to be with. Don't be with people because you feel obligated to be with them. Be with them because you want to, because you feel good when you're with them. They're a blessing to you. It's time. So, with all my love, I invite those that are watching on YouTube to join us. You can go on the website, ourdivineorigin.com, and you can sign up and be part of this, or just watch it on YouTube, Our Divine Origin. See a little dove with its wings up and down and in a purple box. That's us. There's others that have names like ours, but nothing like ours. Okay? So for all of you that are here tonight, I want to thank you, those that were the doing the monitor and the program manager. Thank you so much for your work tonight. And I look forward to doing the prayer now.
Thank you, Barbara. It's always insightful when you give us your discourses. Okay, please remain muted as I read our closing prayer. We are deeply grateful for this forum. We thank those in attendance for your attention and for your wonderful questions, comments, and stories that touched our hearts and opened our minds to new possibilities. Our collective energy has filled this forum with light and love for each other. We are so grateful that each of us brings guides and angelic beings to the forum, raising the frequency even higher. We are grateful for the assistance, inspiration, and guidance from the benevolent beings overseeing the forum. We know we are all deeply loved and richly blessed. So be it. We
Yeah.
invite you all to remain for the 10-minute prayer before saying goodnight to each other. We will be closing the evening with the planetary prayer as our collective call for the light to bless every kingdom upon earth, to create a new heaven and a new earth. The words are on the screen to help you recite this beautiful prayer. John, if you can pause the recording and bring up the planetary visualization video. Thank you.